back out in that world, I want to give you a 3-point disorientation speech. Okay? Some of this information is from my friend Bob Franke, who's been collecting it over the years, and there's just a few things that might be useful to know after you leave the gathering. And one of them, the first one is when you get home to your loved ones, your significant others, your animals, your furniture, whatever it is, the first thing you do when you walk in the door is say, "How was your week?" Otherwise, they'll be drinking from a fire hose. So that's truly good advice, you know. So remember, there might be somebody at home who's been taking out the garbage, doing the dishes, feeding the kids, mowing the lawn, all that sort of thing. So, you know, I'm sure your enthusiasm will trickle out as time goes by. So that's number one. Number two, when you're leaving campus, be careful that you're well rested enough to drive. This could be a late night for some of you. If you feel tired at all, have some coffee or pull over. You know, they've done studies that show that people who are sleep deprived are more dangerous than drunk drivers. And of course, you know, not to use your cell phone.
So does that mean stay up and drink rather than get some sleep?
I will see you all at the beer tent. And so make sure you take care of yourself and watch out. You don't drive too slow. Problem, many of you haven't been in the car for a week, so it's really good to be cautious and careful. And if you're lucky enough to be riding off campus with someone, you know, do your best, like they do in Mexico. They never let the passenger side, the person next to the driver, sleep. They keep each other awake. So be aware of that. And when you pull in for gas, at the first place you stop for gas at the rest area, resist the urge to hug the person in front of you. And if you do accidentally, take a step back and say, "Excuse me, I thought you were somebody else." And the last thing I want to say before we sing, now, a couple more thank yous, but when you go home, you may find that the landscape of enthusiasm at home may be somewhat less than it is here in Swannanoa. You may burst in the door, pull out your guitar and mandolin, and play for those people. I call them the uninitiated. And all that is to say is, don't be disappointed if when you play your beautiful music for the people you love, if they just, they're not as enthusiastic as you are to one another here. And you're not going out into the real world. This is as real as any other world that's out there. So, you happen to say, "I'm going back to the real world." Remember that this is the real world. And take a photograph in your mind right now. Look around, at the seeds, of true beauty and love in this earth. And the next time you feel stressed out, remember this photograph right here. Okay? It's a privilege to come here. We are very privileged that we have so many things that most people on this planet don't. Shelter, food, friendship and community, in a world that puts most people at risk for basic survival. So let's use the gifts we've been given, as I know you know how to do, and go out and be seeds for one another.
Hand for Dave.
Let's sing an old Pete Seeger song that I first heard by Mary Travers. We'll see you at the beer tent after this. Be careful in all you do. Be full of care, and may every blessing come to you and yours till we next meet again. All right? See if this sounds familiar.